And welcome back to another episode of Underdog Podcast. So today I want to talk about parenthood. I don't want to necessarily talk about, the roles of a mother or a father because roles change, you know, not necessarily talking about how they change overall in society, but roles are different in everyone's household. I mentioned before that, I'm divorced and stuff, and it's just me and my kids, and I split custody. But, I'm single, and I've been single like that for a long ass fucking time, like 8 years, something like that. So so far as roles in my household, like there are none. It's just fucking me. And I want to talk about parenthood because parenthood is an ultimate joy in my life. Like I complain and I nag or sometimes whatever, mostly in like a jokingly way, and I think a lot of people that are close to me know that. But far as being a parent, I really love that. I really love it. Like it's one of the things that provides joy and is a constant accomplishment that I receive every day. I tell my kids like I get teary eyed and stuff, and I tell them like, look, man, I love you guys. Like y'all are the greatest thing in my fucking life. Like y'all are my greatest accomplishment, and they will be my legacy. Through them, I will live forever because of them, the knowledge that I have acquired and passed on through them, whether they, retain all of it or whether they decide to, throw it away or something, wherever little bit of me that can be passed on will be passed on through them and through the generations afterwards. So for me, being a parent is like one of the ultimate goals. And one thing about being a parent, not every fucking body should be a parent. And I'm a huge advocate for freedoms and really having real freedom and choices and stuff. But man, when I think about it sometimes, a lot of these motherfuckers out here should not have kids. And in order to have a child, you need to be responsible yourself, and you need to be have some type of level of selflessness, and also be able to take care of yourself. It's a huge balancing act. I used to think that I didn't want to. I used to get down on myself because, like, when I had the kids, I never would want to go out and do things and stuff. Cause I would feel bad that I'm going to enjoy my life and stuff. And when I don't have the kids, or when I do have the kids, I think about, I want to go do this and stuff, whatever. But I shouldn't do it. But sometimes I get too hard on myself. Because as a parent, you got to take the time to really enjoy the time that you have alone, or create time to enjoy alone, separate away from the kids, because in order to take care of them, you have to take care of yourself first, and not necessarily overindulge in your fantasies or the things that you find joy in, but just enough to decompress, relieve some stress, and then go back to doing what you need to do as a parent. So me as a oh, I have to say this real quick. Like, if you hear noises moving around and stuff, because my cat is sitting behind me, and the shit aggravates the fuck out of me. I hate when my cat sits behind me. I don't like anybody sitting behind me. I don't know, because I know I'm real paranoid, and a lot of stuff, how I grew up or whatever, was a certain way, far as like people play too many fucking jokes. So when someone sits behind me or does anything, I'm just thinking, oh, this motherfucker's about to do something fucking to me. But not necessarily in a mean or angry way, just in a joking, aggravating the fuck out of me way. And my cat, when she gets behind me, she has to be next to me. But she sits behind me and she lays down there. And the next thing I know, she'll come up and she'll like scratch on the back of my chair, scratch on my shirt or my ass or something, and then take off fucking running. And that shit is fucking annoying. So I'm just constantly like, I'm talking and I'm trying to stay on subject. Clearly, I fucked that up because I completely went off subject. But all I can think about as I'm trying to stay focused is this motherfucking cat. I love her, but goddamn it, if she scratches me or try to get my attention and takes off running, I'm gonna be mad as shit. And then you'll hear me fucking run around chasing the cat and shit as I'm trying to record this. Because I'm trying to record it all in one take. Because I said I don't want to edit shit out, mainly because I don't want to try to get too much of being a perfectionist. I just want to let it go. But whatever, I had to get that shit out as I'm talking. But like I was talking about, like parenthood, like you gotta take that time to, relax and take care of yourself, but not spend too much time on yourself because you just want to be able to recoup, get back to a certain level, and then go back at it. Like with the second I don't have my kids, those first probably like 12 hours, I'm like, oh man, thank God I can take a fucking break, I can relax, whatever. Oh, I ain't gotta worry about whether or not I gotta feed these kids and shit. Like I ain't gotta worry about this. And then it hits me after about those first 12 hours over, then I'm like, fuck, I miss these motherfuckers. God damn it. I'm like, shit, this house is quiet. Even when they're here, like, they're not loud kids, whatever, but I can always hear my son playing fucking Fortnite with his friends or something, or my daughter has the TV turned all the way fuck up, even though she's sitting right in front of it for whatever fucking reason. But parenting is one of the true joys of life. And I say this to anyone out there, like you get a chance or you get a point in time in your life and you want to have kids, really, really take the time to have those kids and enjoy it. Because they're not playmates. Like I told this to someone before a long time ago, like my kids aren't my friends. They're not my playmates. And I mean, I'm not talking about friends as far as like, you get along with kids. I'm talking about like I'm not on their level. They're not my peers because they're not there yet. As they get older with age and they grow up and they have their own kids, then yeah, they'll be close to my level and we can have more conversations like that. Even as teenagers, we can have more conversations. But you still want to maintain that mentor to type of student relationship with your kids, because that's basically all is what it is. You're forever their mentor. I was telling my kids, I'm like, look, I'm y'all fucking guide in life. Like, I take it's a huge responsibility to make sure that, hey, I don't really fuck y'all up too much. Like, it's already bad enough with the things going on in the world that the world is going to influence them. I talk about like I told my kids, like I pointed out to them, like, look, I don't ever talk to y'all about race. I was like, I never say, I never describe anyone as black or white or anything to them. I never say that in the household. Now I have a lot of I say a lot of racial jokes. I say a lot of sexual jokes. I don't say those around the kids. I don't want to have them be too sexualized or whatever and stuff. And, it's a fine line that you're walking with that and stuff, but I never really say a lot of racial jokes and stuff either, because I feel like just something that I just want to do as a parent where, like, yes, I acknowledge those certain things and issues in society, but I try, having kids, like, you want to be better. And I keep telling them, like, I want to be better because in order for me to be better, or the benefits of me being better means y'all will be better. I was like, my goal is to make sure that y'all are better than me. I was like, that's what my father told me growing up. It's like, you need to be better than who I am. And I tell my kids, like, hey, I think there's times I'm a decent, good person, whatever, but I need y'all to be better than me. And they're on that track already. I want them to be better than me as far as I want them to care about other people. They still have their moments where they're fucking selfish, but I feel like they do a better job of caring about other people than I do. I don't feel like I care as much as they do. And I told them the other day, I was like, look, the curiosity that y'all have, the world will try to take that shit away from y'all. Don't let the world take away your curiosity. If shit doesn't make sense, you're fucking right. Shit doesn't make sense. I try to view the world through the eyes of a child, because as you're growing up, you trying to understand the concept of money, and as an adult, you're like, oh yeah, I understand the concept of money or whatever. But as a child, you're like, you explain to a child, they don't understand what money means. You think, oh, just because they're not old enough. No, because shit doesn't fucking make sense. If you can't explain something for a child to understand, It does not necessarily mean that it's super complicated and their brains can't understand. A lot of shit we do in society just does not fucking make sense. And I think being a parent kind of, you learn more about yourself, because as I watch my son do shit like break his game or whatever, or not his game, but like smash down his Nintendo Switch or something, or whatever, or he told me that he bites his stuff. I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, what the fuck? Why'd you do that shit? I was like, you know, this shit costs $200. I'll beat the shit out of you. And I had those reactions, but I also calmed down within the same second, and I let him know, look, man, I understand what you're doing. It took me a long time until I was an adult to not have an emotional reaction over certain things and not get frustrated and not destroy something. I was like, you gotta learn this as a child, same way I had to learn. But I want you to be better than me. I don't want you to have to wait till you get about in your early 20s to really finally stop breaking shit because you're mad over something. I want you to learn that, now as you're 9 years old or whatever. So watching them grow up and watching them do the certain things they do, like my daughter, she always is questioning stuff. She's like, why is this? Why is that? And she always has this attitude about something. But I remember how I had the same attitude. I remember having a conversation with my mom, like, why we pay for electricity? Like, why are they charged so much for electricity? Why is it like this and stuff like that? They explain to you as an adult, but the shit doesn't make sense. And I can talk about that another time, but just to see them grow up, it helps me understand who I am more. Man, just being a parent just lights up my life. And I tell my kids, they give me purpose. They literally give me purpose. Because without them, I would struggle for purpose. And we're all struggling for purpose because we don't really have a purpose other than what purpose we decide to have for ourselves. And one of the accomplishments I always wanted to achieve in my life was I wanted to be immortal. I wanted to live forever. And people hear that, they think I'm talking about as far as like living physically forever. No. Would I like to live to like 200 years within my same body? Oh, fuck yeah. You goddamn right. Is that possible? No. Maybe. Who knows? But, when I'm really talking about living forever, I'm talking about passing on, those ideas or whatever, those things about myself on to the next generation. Because that's basically what every species does, pass on whatever they learn on to the next generation. So a part of them lives forever. The part of that species lives forever. So they are my accomplishment as far as me living forever. And me making these podcasts and having my website and stuff, writing poetry and stuff, those words, those things are digitally imprinted and they will go on forever. But the kids passing on the lineage and stuff, they're part of my accomplishment. And my goal every day is try to be the best parent I can be. Do I reach that goal every day? Fuck no. Fuck no. You have those moments where you're just like, fuck life. I don't want to make these fucking kids anything to eat today. And it's funny because there's at least 1 or 2 days out the week when I have them and stuff, and I'm like, I was like, you know what? I'm not cooking shit today. And they always get excited. I'm like, why y'all get so excited? I'm like, I'm not fucking feeding y'all anything. Like, I don't know. We just get happy that we get to eat wherever we want to eat. I'm like, but y'all, when I say that, y'all really don't eat anything. Y'all might eat like a bag of chips or a Pop-Tart or maybe some noodles. That's it. And I make them drink water and stuff. After about 8:30 after dinner, something like that, I make sure that they drink water. So people sometimes tell me like, "Oh, you're strict or whatever. You're always on your kids about this." I'm like, "You got to be, because they want it that way and they need it that way. You have to be on their ass about everything." And I'm not necessarily meaning you have to blow everything out of proportion, but you just gotta let them know. And I don't beat my kids. I used to. I used to spank them and stuff. I haven't really spanked them in a long time. I guess I still kind of do, but not. It's really like a nudge here, like a hit on the shoulder or something, and some of y'all might be listening to this and think, wow, that's really fucked up. Well, I don't give a shit. So how about that? Like this time, I told my dog the other day, I was like, I come in and I spank you all the time. You just don't think I do, because she laughs it off with her. But I walk in the room, she doesn't clean up her room, I slap her on the ass, and she just laughs at it. But I'm like, she's like, yeah, it doesn't really hurt. I kind of just laugh at it. I was like, well, it's good because I don't want to hit you too hard, because I really hit you too hard, then I'm trying to hurt you, and I'm really taking some of my anger and frustration out of you. I do hit her, I do spank her on the butt, bare hand, but she just laughs it off. But at the same time, she understands what I'm saying, and I get my point across. But that comes with that constant, rapport. I talk to my kids a lot. I talk to them, and not just like what's going on about their life and stuff or their friends. Where I talk to them about those things too, but how I do this podcast, I talk to them every fucking day, just like that. I could imagine them being me, or I could imagine being them. I know I tell them all the time, like, I know y'all probably get tired of me. Like y'all probably annoyed it. Y'all, I probably annoy the shit out of y'all. Like it's just too much. They just look at me like, yeah. I told my dad, I was like, you probably cuss me out of your head, don't you? And then she looked at me, she was like, yeah. And my son bust out laughing. He's like, bro, what are you doing? You don't tell him that. And she was like, what? He said, be honest. So that's like, yes. He gets on my nerves. That's why I say it in my head. I was like, look, man, there's nothing wrong with that. I was like, we're being honest. Like, I know what y'all do because I know what I did as a child. I'm not dumb. Like, I know what I did as a child. And even though sometimes we think times are different, things have changed, the technology might be different, but the concept of a kid is still about the same. Like, they're still going to run around and do dumb shit that their brains can't comprehend, but yet they still do it. Often, my son will do something, and I just look at him, he's like, I don't know why I did it, man. I just wasn't thinking. I was like, I know. What the fuck is your problem? My daughter will forget something, and she'll break out. She'll break down and cry and stuff. Like, I'm so sorry, Dad. I forgot this. I need to do better. I'm like, look, man, don't worry about it. Just, we fuck up. Every day, we mess up. We just, you take it as it is, and you try to be better the next day. And as I say all this, I still think I'm not a good parent. I don't think I'm a good parent. And it's not that I don't think I'm a good parent. Like, deep down inside, I know I'm a good parent because I try my best, and that's all you really can do. But I use that as motivation. Like, growing up, when I play basketball all the time and stuff, I would tell myself, like, you suck. And I don't know, it's just how I respond, and it's just who I am as a person, because I feel myself as a naturally angry person. Like, I like to be angry about shit. And I like to take that anger and turn it to a positive thing and use it as motivation. My dad used to come into my bedroom and he'll see me playing video games. And it's in like the middle of summer and he see me playing video games. And he looks at me, he's like, you suck. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, my dad's a mailman. He's like, hey, I'm out there doing the routes and stuff where I see I see the dudes that you grow, that you go to school with stuff, they out there playing basketball. They getting better. You in here playing video games. You ain't getting better. You suck. And all I can think about is, this motherfucker, god damn it, he pissed me the fuck off. But I wasn't mad at him for saying it. I was mad because he was right. And so I taught my son and my daughter the same way. And I get on to him. My daughter wants to be a dancer or whatever. My son likes to play basketball and stuff. I get on to him about, hey, why are you not practicing? Why are you not doing what you need to do? And then they get sad and stuff. I'm like, are you really sad and mad at what I said? Or is because what I said is what you're already fucking thinking? And then they sit and, they have that look on their face like, oh shit, this motherfucker's right. I enjoy parenting, man. I enjoy helping them with their homework, even though I get frustrated. I'm like, why can't you get this? You got this stuff. You do it all the time. I'm like, oh no. And I was like, especially my son, he's intimidated by me. And I keep telling him, like, look, do not let me intimidate you. I might seem overbearing and stuff, but that's the whole point. I'm your parent. I'm your father. I'm raising you and stuff. It's that type of dominance. But I want you to challenge me as well. Just be respectful about it. I do that with my daughter, and she's at the point where she's like, this and that, and want to roll her eyes stuff. Where I was like, look, check your attitude. You can have an opinion, but you need to be respectful. You know, don't come at me this type of way. I won't come at you the type of way. Because even though people hear me cuss at my kids, I cuss at them. I cuss talking. I cuss when I talk. That's what I do. But the emotions and the intentions behind it are not the same. And they know that. Anybody knows that. You have that relationship. You have that rapport with those certain individuals in your life. People know I cuss, but no one really takes my curse words seriously because I'm not cussing with anger. I'm cussing with conviction. I'm trying to get my point across. Damn, that sounded really good. Just thought about that. That's a good way of explaining it. But so when I talk to the kids and stuff, I just, I'm like, hey, you gotta do this with your homework. You gotta do this at school and stuff. You gotta even like with school and their education. I tell them, hey, school is gonna teach you things, but what school is teaching you is not necessarily every fucking thing that you need to know in your life. It's like that's where I come in as one of your parents to help figure out what to fill in the blanks. Because even though they teach you stuff in the history books, the history is not written, not written in stone. The shit is not. It's constantly changing. New discoveries or new information is being learned all the time. So not ignore what they're telling you, but take it as part of the information that's out there, and there's other information out there to be known. And I was like, you guys are a digital generation. All you know is all you know is digital information. All you know is this ability to connect with other people, and all you know is this ability to have tons, basically all of human history at your fingertips. Take the opportunity to learn new shit. I make my kids. I bought them National Geographic magazine stuff, whatever. And I told them, look, this is just part of the information. Is it all true? Nothing's really true. It's factual. This is based on facts and evidence, but these things can change too. I was like, keep that curiosity. I just love being a parent. I love being able to pass on that knowledge to the next generation because, within our own peers and our adult relationships with our friends and families, we try to pass on knowledge to each other. But it's harder with adults because we already have so many bias in our lifestyle. So we already have so many beliefs. So these past few years, I've really been trying to get away from having any beliefs. So I really don't believe in anything. I don't stand by anything. I'm just always open to new information and any information, whether it's right, whether it could be proven right or whether it could be proven wrong. So I try to pass that on to the kids just to be open to any information and not really have a certain belief. I remember their mother had an issue because neither me or her are religious, nor do we want to raise our kids on any religion. But at the same time, I had the kids read the Old Testament of the Bible, and I told them like, look, and she was like, oh, why are you doing this? You're not even religious, blah blah. I'm like, it's not about that. I want them to. The stories in the Bible are stories that are known throughout other ancient cultures and civilizations and stuff. And I told them like, look, these aren't necessarily true, but these are certain type of stories that'll make you think. These are certain type of information that has been passed on for thousands and thousands of years. And I tell them all the time, you have to think. You have to critically think. They get straight A's in school. They score high on tests and stuff and all this other shit. And I tell them, like, look, even though you score high and on all these other things and stuff, it's good and it's nice that you do that. But what I really want y'all to do is critical think. What I really want y'all to do is make sure that you process information and come up with your own ideas and your own opinions. Because the world will tell you how to think. The United States education system will try to put you into a box. And then after that, your job will try to put you in a box. Everybody will try to put you in a box and tell you this is how you think. And anything outside of this means you're crazy. or you're fucking weird. And I tell them all the time, it's okay. Think about the most weirdest shit you can think about. Who cares? Just as long as you're thinking. And even when they mess up, I'm like, I'm okay if you mess up. I'm glad that you make mistakes because they're 11 and 9, so that's perfect. Make mistakes now because the mistakes you make now, we can correct them together and we can grow from it. So like I was saying earlier, I tell myself I'm a bad parent. I use that as motivation to try to be the best parent I can be every day. And like I was saying earlier too, as well, as far as there's days when I don't cook for them and stuff, and I feel bad about it, but I also know that I have to kind of balance myself out because throughout the week I'm running around I'm doing my schooling, and then I'm picking them up from school or whatever and dealing with their school and then dealing with their extracurricular activity and stuff and making sure they get their homework done and stuff. That I also still need that time to break. And even though I may not cook, and sometimes I say don't, they can have whatever. It's usually like a Saturday night. So I'm sitting here saying like it's like it's the middle of the week. No, during the middle of the week, if I don't cook, then I give them leftovers from previously on that week and stuff, or make sure they eat something. So even as I say I'm a bad parent, I don't really believe that, but I tell myself I'm a bad parent to use that self as my own self motivation. And I tell the kids all the time too that you have to motivate yourself. A lot of issues people have in the world is because they don't have any self motivation. They're always looking to someone else or a partner or something to help give them a boost. And you hear this often in relationships, like, "Oh, we need to build together." You need to compliment me. No, you need to. If you can't find, I'm not gonna say if you can't find it, but you should want to find it in yourself first. I never had no role models growing up. I never looked up to any athlete or celebrity. I never looked up to any person. I had my parents. I looked at what they did in life and stuff. I looked at the things they did. Some things I agree with, some things I did not agree with. I looked at the people around me. I used them. So, the choices that they made, the people I grew up with, the other adults, the other family members. I see what I like, see what I don't like. But I think it's something my dad and my mom used to tell me as a kid, like, look at yourself. You need to be motivated yourself. So I use that anger that I have inside to motivate myself. I use my own type of reverse psychology on myself, which seems like it makes no fucking sense because I understand what I'm doing on a conscious level, but it still fucking works for me. So just being a parent brings out the best in you, or it could bring out the worst in you. But I find that it brings out the best in me, and I find that being a parent is just one of the most joyful things I can do. A lot of my days are consistent of just, dealing with them and stuff, whatever. And I spend at least an hour every day when I have stuff of talking to them individually. I remember one day my son was like, "You always talk," he's like, "Dad, I love that we always have these talks." And I know my son's 9, and my dad, he just turned 9. And he's like, "Dad, I love how we always have these talks. Like, you're always telling me about things. You're always teaching me things, stuff." I was like, "Well, that's what parents do, whatever. That's what I'm here for. Because, you're here. As far as I know, you're here because of me and your mother. So, it's my fault or it's our fault. So, fuck it. I need to at least help you out and help you navigate the world and shit." And he's always like, he's like, "Well, do you talk to, he's like, do you talk to my sister like this, whatever?" He's like, "Do you talk to Sydney like this?" I was like, "Yeah. Yes, I talk to her like this." He's like, I never see it. I just didn't know. I was like, "Because when I do, you're in your room with the door closed doing whatever you're doing. So I go to her room, I talk to her. I constantly throughout the day go into their room and just open the door and just look at them and just see what they're doing. And sometimes I stand outside the door and just listen to them. My daughter has a cell phone. She talks to her friends. I stand outside her door. I just listen to her conversations. Not necessarily to be nosy or catch them on or anything, just to see how they interact. Just like when you take your kids to the park or something, and they meet when you're a kid, anyone you meet that's nice to you automatically is your friend. As you get older as an adult, you try to define the word friend a lot more. But in a child's mind, it's simplistic. And there's some type of joy to that because for them, a friend is just someone that is nice to you and someone that you have fun with. It's all positive. And someone that is not, you guys can share things or whatever. And that's what a friend is. As you get older, it gets more complicated. But does it get more complicated, or do we as adult human beings just always make shit way more fucking complicated? You can have everyone has their opinion on that, but that's just something that I like to think about. So I stand outside their rooms and I listen to their conversations, they talk. My son's on he's on his game talking over online and stuff, playing multiplayer games and stuff, and I'm listening to him talking stuff, and I'm thinking about all the things that I'm listening to his conversation and how he reacts and everything and stuff, and I tell him all the time, like, look, the way y'all act and behave around me, I need y'all to be that way all the time, even when I'm not around. I was like, it's called, integrity. That's one of the things I grew up as, because I'm a military brat, so my father and my mother passed on those things, like behave how you're supposed to behave, even when no one's looking and stuff. And even in the Air Force, they talk about all the time, how are you behaving when no one's around telling you, trying to enforce those rules on you. So I tell my kids, like, make sure you behave the way that you're supposed to behave, that you would around me. Now, that, of course, they don't fucking always do that because they're kids. But for the majority of the time, they don't have any issues at school as far as behavior and stuff, whatever. So, and I'm proud of them. And I constantly tell them, like, look, I'm proud of you guys. I always make sure that I show them affection too. And I'm not an affectionate person, but I constantly work on that to show them affection and stuff. Now, do I? And the fucked up thing is that, not the fucked up thing is that, even my family and my friends, my ones I'm close to, they have no idea what type of parent I am. They might think they do, but they don't. And they never will because they don't fucking see it. And my ego gets bothered by that sometimes. And I have to work on that as a parent to not think I'm being judged by other parents. Because we as parents fucking love to judge other parents all the fucking time. And I've been trying to work on that the past few years, really try to get into Buddhism and let go of the ego and stuff. And that's one of the things I still struggle with, because for me, being a single parent and stuff, and I take care of the kids, I don't like to ask for help. I don't like to ask for help because majority of the time, I don't necessarily need help. It's just that, people want to ask for help, but do you need help? Or do you just need to, fucking grind down and work harder? The majority of times, I don't need help. I just need to grind down and work harder. I just need to be more involved or understand things more or whatever. But I also need to be open and be okay. My thing is being okay if someone wants to help me, which I really don't like when family members or friends volunteer to help me out, because I don't need your fucking help. Like, you think I need your help? But it's because I have the time with my kids, and then they have the time with their mother. But when they're with me, it's just me. I don't have any relationships. I don't have a woman in my life. No one there to help me out and stuff. So I really, I took the challenge and I accepted. Like, look, motherfucker, you have to do this shit. When it's just you have them. There's no one else. You have to do this shit. Plain and simple. And so I adopted that mentality, because I'm sure people out there who are single parents stuff understand that. Like, you have to have that mentality in order to survive, in order to try to be the best parent that you could be. But I have a hard time. Well, not so much now as I used to, but my ego might take a hit when someone offers to help me. I'm like, I don't need your help. But I had to, let that shit go, because it's just the ego. It's okay if people want to help me out. Yes, they're not necessarily helping me because they think I need help, and that's my biggest issue. If someone offers to help me, it's not because they think I need help. They're offering to help because they're just being nice and they want to help. And that's a huge thing that I have to accept or whatever. Even from someone like my mother, when she does things and she gets stuff with kids stuff, I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't need help. She think I can't do this shit on my own. And of course, I have conversations with her and other people and stuff too, and I express that to them. Like, it's not that I don't need. It's not that I'm not willing to accept help. It's just that because of my mentality I had at a certain time frame, and when right now I live in my hometown I grew up in, so I'm around those close family members and friends and stuff. But when I was stationed in like Montana and stuff like that, and I had the kids stuff, and I just got divorced stuff, whatever, it was just me. Like I had friends that were willing to help there then too, but hell, they had their own things, and they had their own job stuff, and they were doing stuff too in the military. So like, it was just me, and no one. If someone wanted to help, yeah, they were going out their way and stuff to help whatever they offer. I still would tell them no too, because I didn't need it. But over the years, I had to learn to, hey, you're not at this alone. We all, no matter, even if you're not a single parent, parents in general, in marriages, in relationship stuff, everybody needs help. Or everybody can take help. And see, I gotta stop using that word need, because accepting help does not mean that you need help or someone thinks that you need help. It's just a nice gesture. And that's one of the biggest issues that I have as parenthood. But that comes from my own ego, because it comes from I need to be the best fucking parent I can possibly fucking be. So it's kind of a trade-off that I have with myself. Like I said, I say that I'm a bad parent to use that as self-motivation, but at the same time, I kind of go to extreme too as well. I'm like, fuck it, I can do all this shit on my own. And for the most part, I can. But it's okay if someone wants to help out. And I accept that and stuff. And I'm doing more better at it, of accepting it. Because I know we all can use help. I don't need the help, but I can use the help. And the help that is given to me by my friends and family members, my loved ones, is greatly appreciated. And it will always be greatly appreciated from here on until forever. So those people in my life, if they ever hear this, which I tell them before anyways too, like I do greatly appreciate y'all giving me, helping me out at times. And I know that you guys don't do it because you think that I'm weak or that you think that I need help. I know you do it because first and foremost, you're just concerned about the kids anyways. Now, does that lead into their own other thoughts about me? Possibly. Who knows? But it doesn't matter. What really matters is that the care for the kids and stuff, whatever. So that's my own ego that I take. And I think we all have that as parents. Like, we all we all feel like we're trying to do our best, and we don't like it other people think that we're not doing good and stuff. But just going back to paying attention to talking to the kids, I share so much with them. I talk to them all the time, but I talk to them in a sense of mentorship. I'm explaining to them about the world. I'm explaining to them about the knowledge. I'm explaining to them about my experiences and stuff. And they look and they're like, wow, you did that. All right. That's how it was for you. Or you thought that too and stuff. Like, yeah, this is how it is. Like, this is what I think, this is the mistakes I made. These are the choices I made and stuff. And I'm like, I'm trying to be the best parent I can be. And they tell me all the time like that, you're the best. And I'm like, well, thank you. I think you guys are pretty fucking awesome too. But the closeness I have with my kids, man, it goes to another level of closeness that you can have with a family member or even, a loved spouse or whatever, a partner. That closeness you have with your kids, it's just so, it's something that you should cherish a lot. I'm about to fucking cry, tear up as I'm talking to y'all. And anytime I think about my kids, man, I get so overwhelmed with emotion and joy and just happiness and some sadness because as I'm talking right now, they're not here. They're not here. So I also have to deal with that. So that high and that greatness I feel, it also goes away when they're not here. But there's also technology, so I can still call them up and talk to them, whatever. I can still do things with them, whatever. And if I play Fortnite, then I can play Fortnite with my son, even though he's on a different console or whatever, or even like Call of Duty or whatever. I can still play those different things with them. I still have some type of interaction with them. And even when I don't have them, I still usually see them a few times a week anyways even when it's not my week or whatever as well. But I cherish just being with the kids. I cherish just doing things with them. I like to take them out for walks. I like to take them around the lake and stuff and take them for walks. I make them exercise, make them go out there. I make my kids do fucking push-ups, sit-ups, body squats. And my daughter, she gets so lazy. She's like, oh, I don't want to do it, blah, blah. But I know she enjoys it. And to see the look on my son's face when I got him a pull-up bar, and he got so excited. Because everyone talks about kids don't go out and play enough and stuff, and kids don't go out in the world and go outside like they used to. When, look at how most of the neighborhoods are set up. There's nowhere for them to fucking go outside at. Go run around the streets. So you have to take that extra step to go put them somewhere, or have a bigger yard or something. I don't have a big yard, so I take them to parks. I take them to walk around the lake. I take them to outside park to play basketball. I take them to other parks to play with other kids and stuff. And a lot of times, kids don't go outside because there's no other kid outside, and they don't want to play by themselves. And I tell them, like, look, just because no one outside, y'all go out there and play by yourself, whatever, or play with each other, and they do. They often go outside and run around. Even at their mother's house, so they go outside and run around and play basketball together or just do whatever. Sometimes it's by choice. Sometimes I force them. Actually, probably majority of the time. I don't want to say majority of the time. Yeah, sometimes I force them. But it's not like they're really dreading it. They go outside and they run around and stuff. Next thing you know, some other kid pops up outside. Next thing you know, they just out there for a few hours. And it's like, oh, I thought you didn't want to go outside. Oh, well, yeah, there's some kids down the street and they wanted to play, so I went and played with them. Yes, man. Because when one kid looks out that window and they see a kid out there playing, they're like, oh, shit, I'm going to go out and play with the other kid. The joys of being a fucking kid, man. That's what I love, too. So I had a sleepover for my daughter. And I had to have it at my house because I have more space than their mother in her house or whatever. So I had it at my house. And I remember people were thinking like, well, are you really going to do this? I'm going to have a bunch of fucking 11-year-old girls. They're all in 5th grade. Going to be screaming their ears off, or my ear off, whatever. Just making all types of noise stuff. But I was so happy that whole entire night. Because I was happy to just see kids be happy and playful. Because people always like, oh, kids don't go outside and play. They have to have technology and play. And that's not true. That's not true. A lot of times we just regurgitate and say the same information that someone else has fucking said. Those kids, even though like they were screaming and stuff, whatever, and things like that, and some of the kids probably was bothered by it, but just to see them sit there and really enjoy each other company without technology, like I think the most they did was watch YouTube videos and do their little TikTok dances or whatever, stuff like that. And people be like, oh, kids always on TikTok doing it. Motherfucking kids have always sat around and listened to music and danced. When I was a kid, I listened to all the fucking 90s R&B songs. I'm listening to the fucking R. Kelly talking about bumping and grinding. I don't know what the fuck bumping and grinding meant. I'm in like 3rd or 4th grade. But it was fucking awesome. We're listening to these songs, we're dancing and stuff, we're doing whatever and shit. Like, we're enjoying our lives and stuff. And it still goes on today. They just do it on a different platform. They just do it with a little bit different technology. I remember having a boombox in my room and fucking having a blank tape and recording songs off the radio. I remember recording Casey and JoJo All My Life song off the radio. And I remember going around the fucking house when nobody was home and just singing that fucking song and just having the time of my life by myself. And guess what? I still do the same shit today as a fucking adult. I remember listening to Christina Aguilera, Genie in a Bottle song and fucking turning the TV up and fucking singing that shit. My dad would probably look at me like I'm fucking weird as shit. But I did those things. And just to see my kids, my daughter sit there with all her friends or whatever and her cousins and stuff, and to see her do that same thing, just to have joy and stuff, and not really be concerned about technology or all that stuff, it was fun. It was a joy to see and watch. And some of the parents, the next day when they came pick up their kids and stuff, and I was like, oh, I had a great time. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, I sat out here and I just sat there and watched them and listened to them, and I interacted with them a little bit, and I just had a great time. I was like, oh wow. They were shocked. I'm like, I enjoy it. And I've been in a bad mindset for a long time. I struggle with depression. I battle with that shit every day. I struggle with suicidal thoughts before. I I I question life. I question existence and stuff. So to sit and watch the kids and stuff and be joyful and do things like that, it it brings life into me, and it makes me happy. And I don't know where I would be in this world without these kids. I just don't know. I don't know what type of person I guess I would still be me, but not the same sense. I wouldn't because of them. I have a greater, deeper understanding of who I am because at the same time I'm watching myself grow up. My kids remind me of me and my sister growing up, but they're closer in age, so I know they're gonna keep that closeness the rest of their life. Me and my sister are close, but not as close. We don't talk all the time and stuff, but when we get around each other, it's still me and my sister. It's still the person I grew up with. It's still the person I played Streets of Rage 2 with, where she was Rose and I was Skate. And she's still the one I play, Atari with and stuff. And she's still my daughter always gets so annoyed by my son because he always comes in there bothering her and stuff there. I remember sitting in the hallway crying because my sister would not open the door to play with me. And I remember banging on her door like, please, please open the door, please play with me. And it's just to sit and watch them just go through the same thing and stuff. I'm like, it's a joy because I learn who I am and I understand more who I am because I'm seeing myself grow I'm watching myself grow up through their own eyes or through them. So the joys of parenthood that I really believe everyone should experience, but you gotta be a responsible fucking individual, man. You have to be responsible. You gotta stay on top of their education, their behaviors. You gotta stay on top of how they're interacting with other kids, the technology, the social media, the phone stuff. Some people think they shouldn't have it at a certain age, and I'm not one of those people. To me, I believe that, or I just think that you should let them have it and stuff, and just watch them, monitor them and stuff, and I'm not one to hide. I don't want to hide anything from them, but that's just who I am as a parent. Because I don't believe there's no right or wrong way as a parent. I mean, at the end of the day, no matter what you do, no matter what I do, they will still grow up and be whoever the fuck they want to be. I tell them like, look, I love y'all, but I might not like y'all always. and I tell people that, and people are like, well, that sounds very fucking mean. Like, that's fucked up. I'm like, but no, think about it. I love them. But as they grow up, they might do shit I don't like. They might sell drugs. They might become a porn star. They might be do something that I'm like, I don't really like that. I can't agree with that type of lifestyle, or I can't agree with those certain things that you're doing. Not to say that those things are bad, but just to give kind of an analogy, I guess, probably a poor analogy, but they say he grows up and decides to kill someone, becomes a murderer. I might not like his actions. I might not like the shit that he does or the choices he made, but I still love him. I still love him regardless. But and I also don't feel guilty as I tell them like, look, I can raise y'all the best I could possibly can. I can try. I can tell y'all to constantly be the best person you could be. I tell y'all to be better than me. But as you grow old, like the choices you make are your own. When you fuck up, it's your fucking fault. And at their age, they have accountability. They accept the responsibility of their actions. Adults, and I tell them like, look, adults don't accept the responsibility of their actions. So for y'all to accept the responsibility of your actions that you're doing right now, that's fucking amazing. I'm proud of y'all. Because just as I get hard on myself, they're hard on themselves. And I told them like, look, no matter what expectations and standards I have for y'all, wherever the expectation and standards you have for yourself will always exceed what I have for y'all. And it always should be. Because you should always try to be the best possible person that you want to be. Because the expectations and standards I have for them are, I just want them to take care of their lives as they get older, be self-sustaining, be independent. I want them to not rely on others, and I want to be a good person. Now they go off and do some incredible shit and change the fucking world. Hey, that's the expectation for them. I don't expect them to change the fucking world. I just want them to be able to survive in this. I don't necessarily need them to thrive, but in the back of my mind, I see how they behave and how they react, and I can see that they will thrive. And I can see that they will be better than me by millions of miles. And can no one take that from them? So what they're doing and the things that their mother does as well, and the things that their family members do. They always say it takes a village to raise a child. A child just needs a whole bunch of examples that they can look at to help them determine what they want to do in their own life. Because as a child, they're only soaking up information. That's all they're doing. They're soaking up information and making choices. What they have to learn is how to handle the consequences of those choices, whether they be positive or negative, and actually determine what is a positive and what is a negative. Because just because you feel bad about something does not necessarily mean it's a negative thing. So just to have those type of conversations with my kids, it means the world to me. And it's something that I cherish dearly, and it's something that I do often, if not on a daily basis. So for all y'all out there that are listening, take that parenthood. I know you guys take parenthood seriously, but be proud of it. Be happy about it. Even when they stress you out. Like I said, my kids, I think they're great, and they still get on my fucking nerves. I look at them like, look, man, I love y'all, but y'all get on my fucking nerves. And you know what my kids say? Like, well, you get on our nerves too. I'm like, I know I get on y'all nerves. You're right. And I'm glad. I'm glad y'all say that to me. Because I want y'all to have an opinion. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion, but it's just in the manner in which you say it. Still understand the dynamics. I'm still your parent. I'm still your father. You still are my kids. There's a certain level of respect that you have for your elders, and they will never be my peers, but they will be close to it at some point. But as I get older, I will hold less and less power over them. And that's what I want. I want responsible individuals. I don't want to make those choices for them. And I tell them like, look, I'm guiding y'all with these choices, but I don't want to make these choices for you. As you get older, I want you to make your own fucking choices, and you learn and live by your choices. You learn from your mistakes, and you live by the choices that you make. Just because you make a choice and something happens that you didn't like, okay, that's cool. Stand by that choice you made and understand what you made and accept what happens. So just being a parent out there makes you push the edge of your own mind of who you are as a person, and take it seriously, because it's something that's never ending. My parents still yell at me. they still yell at me about shit. I tell my kid, I'm like, look, grandma and granddaddy still yell at me. Like, they still get on me about things. And I still get annoyed. I'm like, look, you don't fucking have to tell me this shit. And it's like, they just say it just to say it because they're my parents. Because they love me and care about me. And worst case scenario, they'd rather be wrong about the shit. And I was like, I tell y'all shit, I hope, I'm telling you as a, just cause, like, hey, I still want you to know, they do the right things majority of the time, but, I'm still on them. Every little thing they need to do. I'm like, look, I'm on you for everything that you do, whether it's big or small, because that's what I'm supposed to do. And I was like, and that's the way you want it. Because it's one of the purest relationships you can have is a parent and child relationship. It's one of the purest things you can fucking have. And it's one of the only absolute relationships that is true. Your marriage could dissolve, your partnership, your friendship can dissolve, those things can change, but far as being a parent and a child, that dynamic will always be the fucking same. I tell my kids there are very few truths in this world. But one truth is I am your father. And this is your mother. We are your parents. That will never fucking change. These are absolutes. So I kind of leave y'all with that. I think I said enough. I kind of feel like I'm starting to repeat myself. Or maybe I'm not. I don't know. But parenting is one of the greatest things I can ever do. It's one of the greatest things I ever will do. And I really hope everyone out there gets a chance to be a parent and try to be the best parent that you can possibly be. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. You can use others for inspiration, but find that motivation within yourself. And if you can't find that motivation within yourself, look at your fucking kids. Because they can't motivate you to be a good person and do what's best for them, then I don't know what the fuck will motivate you. But cherish, enjoy parenthood, love that dynamic, love that relationship, hold it dear, and just always be happy and proud of it. So until next time.